All right, folks, this is another ETBU Coaches Show segment. Kenneth the Carrot Con, Mark T. Robinson, and we're going to be talking a little ETBU tennis. Now, normally we would save that for the spring, but tennis did compete over the weekend. So we're here now with head men's and women's tennis coach Jeff Bramlett. Coach Bramlett, welcome to your first ever time on a coffee table here in the fall.
Where is my coffee?
We'll figure that out later. But Coach, you had yourself some competitions over the weekend, in the ASC tournament. Just kind of talk about, how that went for you as far as from both sides of the table.
Yeah, it went well. It was a lot of tennis. We played, we took 20 people. Everybody played 6 matches, counting singles and doubles. So it was over 120 matches, but it went quite well. I sat down and tried to go back and see how everyone did. There were so many different draws in it. But I'd have to say that the highlights, we had Ty, who finished second in line 5 singles. John Herr finished third at line 2. Canyon finished fourth in line 7. We had Reed Adams finish fourth in his division. Our doubles, we had Andrew and Tyler. They won the consolation at line 1. That was real tough. Had Canyon and John finish fourth. At line 3, Adam and Juan finished fourth at their line 4. The girls just about swept the thing for, I guess, about the 4th year in a row, where we've won 7 out of the 9 divisions. Lisa just dominated at line 1, finished first. Tiffany finished first at line 2 and dominated. Kaylee finished first at line 3. Tess won line 4. Malika won line 5. And Cassidy won line 7. So, we won 6 out of the 7 divisions that we played in the singles. Same thing in the doubles. We won 2 out of the 3 doubles draws. Kaylee and Elisa just dominated at line 1, and then Malika and Olivia did the same thing at line 3. So did just about as well as we possibly could do. I'd just like to end the season right now after that on the women's side, but they did real well, and the boys they had a strong finish also. They finished fairly high on the men's side too. So good job. I was proud of them. I'm just going to call it a season.
Coach, and I know you love to do that, but so how does this kind of help your team going forward in the spring? Because, you play here in September in the fall, and then you have about 4.5 months or so off, and then all of a sudden you're back in competition for the spring. So how does this kind of coincide with, having to get ready for competition for that next semester, so to speak?
Yeah, it's a long season. It's almost a year-round season. We go 4 or 5 weeks in the fall, and what we were using this for is to get ready for the ITA tournament, which is next weekend for the women, the following weekend for the men, and that's to see who gets invitations to nationals, and you can become an All-American if you do that, if you qualify in singles or doubles. From a coaching standpoint, we're trying to build our team with this. You get an idea of what our lineup will be for the spring. Try to find doubles pairings so that when we come back in January and start practices, we're not just going cold turkey. We know who the newcomers are, what they're capable of doing, and where they're going to fit in, and that way we can kind of hit the ground running when we come back in January and February, and already have the team built a little bit. And then they'll start back up and they'll do captain's workouts. They'll be working with Coach Pappas in the off season, doing strength and conditioning. So they'll still be doing a lot of training, a lot of workouts, and quite a bit of tennis as well. But it's almost tougher on us this 4-week season than the spring season, because it's we're traveling everywhere we're going. Each tournament is all day. We'll get there to warm up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes be playing till 7 or 8 in the evening. Get up and do it again the following day. Sometimes these ITA tournaments are 3-4 days in a row, and then drive back late at night, turn around, do it again the following weekend, and then the following weekend. So I always say it's like a sprint in the fall, whereas the spring's more of a marathon. It's more of a steady. You'll have the 4-hour dual matches as opposed to playing all day long like we do in the fall. Did I answer your question?
You did.
Okay, great.
Good. Now you got to answer my question.
Oh no, another one.
Okay. So, obviously, you're looking at, the players that competed in here as well. And then, of course, like you said, this helps you out for the ITA tournament. But does it kind of also give you kind of because obviously your season starts in the spring, but does this kind of give you an idea of where you want to put your players in, each of the positions or slots, if you will, just for the upcoming season? Does it kind of give you an idea of who goes in what spot, or, which team pairs up?
Definitely, 100%. We'll look at this and realize, hey, this person, maybe should be playing number 4, or whoa, that's too high. We need to move them to 5 or 6, or they have a style of play. They need to be playing against hitters, and they need a faster style of play. Let's move them higher in the lineup. Same thing in doubles, or this is not a good chemistry. They don't play well together, or they've got a real good chemistry. Let's move them together. You got. But, I like to have a hammer and wedge in doubles. These two are hammers; they don't do well together. Or these two are wedges; they're more consistent. We need to split them up. So it's a lot of philosophy and strategy that goes into this. So it definitely helps me form my lineup on that. So it's and a lot of times we're changing their game. Also, we might be changing their tactics and doubles, changing their strokes. Maybe we change their service motion or their forehand. The tactics or their fundamentals on their forehand, and then they're trying to apply it in matches. We try to do more of that in the fall and in the off season. They'll work on it again in the off season in captains workouts, and then have it ready to go in the spring. The spring, it's more about winning and trying to win the conference matches at that point.
Absolutely, Coach. And,
Good question.
Yes, great job, K-Rock. And so. My last question for you is, as you guys have wrapped up this fall season, just about, you said you haven't get ready for another competition next weekend, but how have the newcomers, the freshmen for your team, how have they kind of fared for you guys so far dealing with their first competition?
Really amazingly well. We had Olivia, her shoulder was out for singles, Olivia Parmalee, but she played number 3 doubles, and that's hard being thrown into a starting position in your first tournament right out the chute, but she just dominated at number 3 doubles. I don't know if they had a match that went over 8-2 or 8-3, so she was a beast out there. She really was. We're excited to get her in singles this coming weekend, see how she does in that. Megan was unable to play the tournament this weekend. She was she was last year's homecoming queen in Robinson, Texas, so she had to go back to present the crown to this year's homecoming queen. But then on the men's side, we've got Adam, and he had a real good tournament. Also, Adam Morris did, and Canyon Ramsey's a 6'4" lefty that we have out there, and they both had real high finishes in both singles and doubles, and I think there's a real good shot that they're both going to be starters for us as well this year. And so it wasn't too big for them. I'll put it that way. And they've all of them have just meshed well with their teammates. And that's the biggest thing. I just feel like they've always been here. Even though they've just been here a few weeks, they've fit in so well. It's been just enjoyable to be around.
All right, well, Coach Bramlett, thanks so much for taking your time here. We can promise you that every time this guy shows up, he's going to be a good interview. All right, folks, we're going to come back. We'll have more in just a moment.